one of the mics is fine.
Thank you. My name is Dawn Grayson, Grayson. I live at 7007 Lawton Cove, Memphis, Tennessee, 38139. We appreciate the time you have given us to speak to you today. We are grateful for all that you do to keep Germantown schools a safe and successful learning environment for our children. I am speaking to you today as a representative of a concerned group of citizens. I am speaking on behalf of present, past, and future students and parents of Houston High School. We send our children to school in the hopes that the environment they are in is safe, inspiring, and conducive to academic success. The vision of Germantown City Schools is excellence always. The mission statement of Germantown City Schools is to prepare, inspire, and empower students to become lifelong learners and socially responsible citizens. We feel that our students deserve this from us, from their teachers and their leaders who allow this vision and mission statement to be a reality. We feel that we cannot ask our children to do this if the school system and its faculty does not do this as well. We are frustrated that there is evidence to support that one of the teachers that leads our students has allegedly shown behavior that is both disturbing and detrimental to our children. We are deeply disappointed because we feel that there is evidence to support that there was a pattern of behavior from this educator that was not addressed at the administrative level and allowed to continue for a long amount of time. We accept and acknowledge that this teacher is not here to defend themselves against specific accusations, so we will not name this teacher, nor will we go into specific allegations and details. We acknowledge that the board and the superintendent and staff are now investigating these claims, and we appreciate it. We respect the rights of citizens to a fair and impartial judgment, and we know that there is a process dealing with these claims and accusations, and we respect that as well. We feel, however, as a concerned group of citizens, that we have rights as well. We feel we are entitled to have transparency on these serious issues. We feel that we have the right to know that our children are safe and will be safe from future harm, both physical and emotional. I am a teacher, and I have given my life to this selfless profession. I believe that the generation of children we are raising are not just in the hands of their parents, but also in our hands as educators and leaders. We have a sacred and solemn role to uplift our students and to teach them that they must be responsible for their actions to themselves and to others.
Thank you, Ms. Grayson.
We would like to ask all parents and citizens to stand at this time who support these sentiments. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Grayson. Thank you all. Next is Sherry, and I'm sorry, I'm going to mispronounce it, Denier? Your choice. Just state your name and address, please, for the record.
Cherie Didier, 3111 Winston Way, Germantown 38138. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of what I've dealt with Houston High School. I'd like to tell you about my personal experience with Mr. Terry. My daughter went to wellness class at Houston High School and was choked out by an athlete that was at least double her weight. He held her mouth and nose closed.
Excuse me.
Yes.
We cannot have any comments that are disparaging of any of our staff or teachers. That was in part of the instructions.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't realize that we couldn't talk about what's going on with our children.
You can talk about what's going on with your children. We cannot specifically talk about any staff, former staff, teachers.
Mr. Terry, just mark him off the record. So my daughter was choked out by her nose and her mouth because she went to wellness class in an unassigned area, and she sat in a desk that an athlete wanted, and she went to the point where she passed out with she blacked out and she fell on the floor, and Coach Blank, since I can't say, came and woke her up and said, "You need to go to guidance." She stopped by the bathroom and cried, cleaned herself up, and went to guidance, and they were told, "Why didn't you go to the nurse? It's your fault that you didn't go to the nurse." So she went to the nurse and told the story, and was told by this particular person that I'm not allowed to name that it was horseplay, which is not horseplay. If somebody does not have consciousness at a school, they should have 911 called, period. I'm very offended by this, and I had to have violence on the school board associated with my daughter to go to Collierville High, which she had graduated from and is a scholar now in college. I don't want to say what school because I don't want anybody to come after her, but it's saddening. It's depressing that these are where my kids live. So with that all being said, since I'm not allowed to say names, which we all know names, and we all know who is in the scandal, it's not a joke. It's not funny at all. It's disgusting. But anyway, Mr. Manuel, addressing you in particular, I would like to say that there's 2 Houston High scandals up for review.
30 seconds.
And yet I would like to ask for you to retire or resign. I think you should. Our kids are expected to be saved, and they're not. They're not safe. They're not safe from pedophiles. They're not safe from people who believe in athletes. And I believe that you knew this all along. And I'm not okay with it, and you can remove me.
It's time. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Is it 3 minutes?
Yes.
I'm not ready. I don't think it has been. So in the honor of baseball games, saying that everybody should honor you, I don't believe in that. I don't think we should.
Thank you for your comments.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it,
You're welcome.
and I appreciate your
I just don't believe in
understanding
it.
but I appreciate your understanding the parameters we're under as a board
Yeah.
from a legal perspective. Thank you very much for your comments.
You're welcome. I just hope that anybody with a daughter would not be okay with this. You're welcome.
Thank you. Speaker is Jacob Vincent. If you will please state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Jacob Vincent. I live at 2090 Allen Court Drive, Germantown, Tennessee. I'm here tonight to talk about my experience with Farmington Elementary and Houston Middle. I was started in elementary school being teased and called names. And it got worse when I went to Houston. In 6th grade, on the way home on the bus, I was singing, I was singing a song that had been caught in my head I was singing a song that was caught in my head all day, and I was told to stop by an 8th grader. And when I proceeded to continue to sing the song, he had punched me in my head. I then had to get off the bus in front of all my classmates and listen to their laughs as I walked up the driveway to my house. That same year, names were being called toward me all year. In 7th grade, a popular basketball player was sitting on the bench and got up and started dribbling a basketball during a PE. He then proceeded to throw the ball to the left of my head, hoping that I would flinch, and I didn't. He did this to the right of me and above my head, and when I didn't flinch any of those times, he threw it at my face, hitting me and hitting my head into the concrete wall and knocking me unconscious for a brief period of time. I then walked to the nurse's office by myself and had administrators come in and with him claiming that he had just lost control of the ball. And finally, 8th grade year, I witnessed my best friend get thrown on the ground and put in a neck brace and taken to the hospital. I'm sorry. And I posted something about it and made comments about it. And I gotten called into the administrator's office the next day and asked why I said the things that I said, and they were just out of defense for my friend. I don't know I can't remember any repercussions upon the students that were accused, and I'm sorry. Sorry. To end, I'd like to say that there's a lot of abuse online, on social media, that included threats by certain students and athletes that were telling me to, sorry, I was told, to kill myself many times. I was told that it'd be better for everybody if I just left. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take it to the administrator's office because I knew that nothing would happen if I did, and that it'd just lead to more torment as it had in the past. In the 8th grade year, I had been submitted to St. Francis Hospital and diagnosed with depression. I then transferred to a different school and finished my education there. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Mr. Vincent, thank you, and thank you for your strength in coming tonight and sharing your story and your strength of character.
Thank you.
Lori Vincent. Ms. Vincent, you have an amazing son.
Yes, I do. My name is